What's going on, everyone? Today we got to talk about something that has been really slept on for a lot of people. And to be honest, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite in this, okay? Okay, you guys might have seen, a month ago or so where I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to deal with that right now. Mainly because I made the horrible mistake of, waiting to the last minute and not being able to spend my resources. But we're talking about the jewels today, the gems. I say gems, jewels, kind of difficult because there's two things that are gems in this game, but the extra value gems that you can put into your gear slots, and more importantly, the actual upgrades that you could be making associated with this. There are so many people that are absolutely sleeping on this. The people who are actually developed into the game realize just how powerful these things can be and what to really look out for. There are a lot of them that are kind of big traps, and there are a lot of them that are just really excellent, and some of them are just good, period, across every single build in the entire game, for the most part. And, well, people don't even bother with the Divine Forge at all. So, first off, in order to actually get access to gems, the game has kind of shifted. It used to be that you were doing the Abyss, and this is how the game kind of started. We have this extra mode under, I don't even remember where it was, but in one of these menus. But you were able to go through and you're going to the Abyss, use your keys to get access to gems. That's how it was initially. Because of, well, partially, the date and times that it showed on Capybara Go, and just partially because I was traveling at the time, I didn't actually get to use all my keys in that mode. So I actually missed out on a lot of gems. These days, it's a lot easier to actually acquire gems. It's going to be through the Gulu mine, and you're going to be acquiring multiple gems pretty much every single day, especially with these gem keys. It's also very likely for you to get mythic gems as well. So you're just going to be going through, and as you can see, as you progress further and further, you're going to be getting more and more gem drops, and not only more and more gem drops, but also more and more rarity towards your gem drops. And so that's going to be pretty important. And this is massive. This is absolutely massive. The rare and epic gems can still be useful if you happen to get lucky on them, but really you're looking for really strong mythic, legendary, mythic, or hopefully immortal, or even like arcana level gems. That is kind of the goal here. That said, this is just going to be a regular accumulation of gems, and then you actually have to slot them in. The question is which gems to slot in, and should I be upgrading, or when should I be upgrading my weapons in the Divine Forge to actually utilize these? To be honest, with how many gems you're accumulating these days, you should be upgrading as far as you can, as quickly as you can. And what I mean by that is, if we go into the weapon, for example, here, and we're going to the gem section, there's going to be this Divine Weapon Forge, or the Divine Forge here. And the way you actually get extra slots, as you can see, unlock one gem slot, and you actually just straight up get extra stats, which is kind of cool. The stats are minor bonuses. It's the gems that you really care about. In order to actually get access to these slots, you're going to need a combination of Divine Forging Steel and the Divine Forging Cube. The way you get these, and I can actually go over to just some random equipment here. You can see as it starts out, and I can even do a Divine Forge here, because I can always reset it. Just as a little reminder, you can always reset the Divine Forge, but you're going to use, as you're upgrading, Divine Forging Steel most often, and then the third slot's going to require that Divine Forging Cube. So you actually don't need that many Divine Forging Cubes. The way you get this Divine Forging Steel is by just dismantling random equipment, right? If I were going to my workshop, go into actually, well, here, usually it's a little bit easier to go through the Divine Weapon Forge equipment dismantle. There we go. You could just slot in, and each one of these is going to give me 100 Divine Forging Steel, and then each S grade equipment is going to give me a Divine Forging Cube. I stalled on this a long time. Just upgrading them initially, because I was like, well, I kind of need my gear pieces to actually get to mythic level. The bonuses you get from the gems are so much more important as soon as you're able to. I would try not to dismantle weapons, because a mythic weapon is still the most important thing in your early to mid game progression. But dismantling armor pieces, rings, accessories, completely viable options, and even dismantling S grade equipment to get the 3rd gem slot on all of these is incredibly important. As soon as you get to the 4th and 5th gem slot, you start to need duplicate legendary grade weapons, armors, rings, etc. to get those extra slots. And the strategy doesn't change. I've got my mythic weapon here. Great. Mythic weapon priority achieved. Got my 3 gem slots. Great. Do I keep going for +1, +2, +3, +4 mythic? No. Going for the extra gem slots. 100%. That's just going to give me massive bonus early and now, but also overall, that bonus is going to be more valuable because of how powerful these gems can be. And that's the kind of second part to this. Okay, so we figured out we just need to upgrade this as soon as possible. But the reason why is because of the gems. Now, there are, like I said, a million different gems in the game, and there are also many different builds. There are a couple of really just good ones no matter what build you're running. For example, global attack. This just gives you a big bonus to your attack straight up. It's just going to be a huge attack increase. Physical damage bonus. Now this, because the Aileron Sword does physical damage, is a great addition. And then for me specifically, because I do have the Aileron Sword, I have the Aileron Sword Chi damage coefficient increase, which is a nice bonus as well. And these are just my strongest grade mythic gems that fit within the build I'm doing. There are other gems that I would love to have, right? I'd love to have, but I just don't have the higher quality version. And if I go across, like every single build that uses physical damage is going to like this gem. Every single build in the game is going to want global attack. If I go to the armor here, you have a bunch of really good ones like basic attack damage reduction. This is a massive one, absolutely massive one to just increase in chapter, because damage reduction is just incredibly important. Extra global damage. This is a damage multiplier at the end of all of your other multipliers based on how many skills you've learned inside the chapters. This is like an 8% damage increase. That's a huge damage increase. And if I go over to the rings, a couple of these I'm really looking to replace, like combo damage increase, but 15% extra damage with targets with extra HP, 12% global attack. Again, straight up value across all builds. Another global attack gem. In my accessories, I've got global HP, speed, basic attack damage reduction. And again, not all of these are like the ones I want necessarily. Like, I'm not sitting here and I'm like, yes, ooh, yeah, I got global HP, fantastic. Like, I got a legendary global HP. This is good stuff. No, that's not necessarily the case. I would love to have, extra basic or normal attack damage increase. I would love to have extra attacking increase based on dagger hits for my build. But that's kind of the name of the game. As you're progressing, you're going to get a bunch of random gems, and you just slot whatever kind of fits the time period. And again, 25% basic attack damage reduction is massive to kind of help you reach a lot of those caps for the chapter, basic attack and skill damage reduction that you're needing to actually progress. So this is where the gems come into play. And again, a lot of what you've seen is legendary, mythic, and even some immortal gems. But if I go to look, I have tons of other gems that I constantly merge. Every single time you get kind of a grouping of 5 based on, the individual gear slot, you can actually merge them up. But if I look here at my epic ones, boom, extra 9% damage to targets, 70% HP, 50% damage to shield tokens, global defense. We've got damage versus boss, basic attack damage reduction, extra damage on combo hits. I mean, even just the standard normal gems like 2 speed can be useful. Extra 3 combo, it's giving you 2% max HP. That's a 2% max HP shield every single round. This is just normal gems, by the way. You can get like early on into your career, and this is why these gem slots are so important. And again, as you go through and you're looking at these, okay, wow, it's kind of a cost to get these divine forging steels. Really, you only have to dismantle 3 pieces of gear to get 2 gem slots. That's a massive bonus. And then to get the third one, you need 3 more pieces of gear and an S rank piece of gear. That's a total of 6 gears and an S rank gear to get 3 gem slots, which are going to be massive bonuses for you. And it could be any epic gear for those 6 pieces of gear. And so when you're looking through, and yes, getting to a mythic ring and accessory and all that stuff is good, and a mythic armor piece, but the gem slots are just going to be more valuable in most cases. Exceptions do apply, but usually you're going for Icy Bubble or Guardian Ring as your first mythic as a free-to-play player or as an early build. that's not even going to be comparable to the gem slots that you're going to be able to, really get massive bonuses for. And that's not even including all the gear and extra progress you're going to have been earning in that time period, waiting for that mythic piece of gear instead of just getting these gem slots. So definitely, please upgrade your gem slots and slot in gems. Don't be like me and be salty that you did not actually get your gems from the event and then try to ignore the system for like a week. And just do it. Just get your huge upgrades in and progress faster. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know what your best gem is. I've seen some screenshots on Reddit for some of the Arcana gems that people are getting, and everyone's always like, oh great, happy for you, wow, cool, and then they're just secretly just fuming because they want one of those. And I'm kind of in that spot too. I'll see you all for the next one.